showtime, freaks!
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It's time to dive into the realm of testosterone-infused hilarity. Welcome to the Alpha Men Podcast, where we tackle the important questions in life, like can you ever have too many power tools? Is a man without a beard really a man at all? And what's up with a man bun? Come on, dude, it looks stupid. Now, before we begin, let's get something straight. We absolutely love and respect our fabulous women. They're like the sun in our solar system. But fellas, let's face it, we're different species altogether. And look, if the ladies from The View can sip tea and dish out hot takes, we think there ought to be a testosterone-fueled space where guys can be, well, just dudes. No holding back, nothing woke, no filters, just brash, unapologetic, raw manliness. This is not just a podcast, it's a brotherhood. But be warned, we will take your man card if it's warranted, and there's no apologies for being a guy. So gentlemen, tune in, turn up the volume, and let your inner alpha howl. The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook.
For incredible card breaks and more, go to OHANA Sports Cards on Facebook. By Garage Door Commander, online at garagedoorcommander.com. Produced by TJ Michaels Creative, narrated by Jamie Dennis, and dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2024, all rights reserved. And now, here are your hosts, the Sultan of Swagger, TJ Michaels, and wise Kraken Whiskey Warrior, John Stacy. The Alpha Men Podcast begins now.
Welcome, you sick, twisted freaks, to the Alpha Men Podcast, episode 6 of season 3, running right along as we get going on a Tuesday night from the granite capital of the world, Barrie, Vermont. My name is TJ Michaels, alongside Baby Huey, a.k.a. John Stacy from Trinity, North Carolina, the heart of NASCAR country. We get going. We've got a great show for you. It is wedding week in my life, by the way.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, it's a tough thing for a dad to do. The oldest I've married off twice. The middle one we're gonna marry off on Saturday, and the youngest one she's still living in the bedroom upstairs in the house. So that's kind of the way it goes. Hey, do you know what happened today?
No.
A asteroid the size of a stadium buzzed the Earth today.
Oh, no kidding.
All right. And Trump thought, it was a threat. It's like space Haitians or something like that. I don't know. Nonetheless, we do want to thank our presenting sponsor, Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Incredible card breaks, sportsmen, memorabilia. No matter what you're looking for, Sellers over there has got you covered. It's Ohana, OHANA. And that means family. And that's how they treat you over there. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Do us a favor, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, share this podcast. It really does help the show, and we're going to get you commenting up a storm tonight. We've got a great program for you. This, my friend, is the Alpha Men Podcast, and you can join us in the man caves of podcasts right now.
Let's do it.
And now, mansplaining the news.
Granite capital of the world, Barrie, Vermont. Here's what happened this week. The first debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris took place. What?
All my pictures are gone.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
1 second.
Do we have a technical difficulty?
They were here about 30 minutes ago. Holy crap. Yeah, they're all gone.
Like for the whole show?
Oh, God, I hope not. You just give me 1 second. No, the couch is there. Man court's there.
Okay. All righty.
What
Well,
the hell?
we will not have any visual aids tonight on mansplaining the news. Okay. First debate. This is going to go a lot faster, by the way.
Cooler guys from fast car racing. So congrats on racing, wedding. Jesus.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cooler Pooler 74. Anyway, here's what happened this week. The first debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris took place. Harris said her plan to create an opportunity economy was the big deal. You know, the kind where everyone can get promoted when their boss gets too old to do well in a debate. Anyway, the debate contentious, two candidates often talking over each other, kind of made you miss the days of when one of the candidates was unconscious for 90 minutes. I'm just saying. Trump and the Haitian immigrants was a big story this week. They are eating cats and dogs of residents in Springfield, Ohio. That's what he said. If it's true,
I saw that.
If it's true, you can't blame him. You know, since their only other option in town was a Denny's. So I'm just Taylor Swift has endorsed Kamala Harris, even though her cats have endorsed Donald Trump. That happened this week. China no longer going to send children overseas for adoption. Nothing against America, they say. They just need more iPhone workers in the factory. That's
iPhone workers. Poor kid.
A rare copy of the Constitution is up for auction this week. And they say it's going to fetch millions. In fact, they say it is in such good condition, you can still see Joe Biden's signature on
it. I'm trying to upload this stuff and I'm listening. That's good.
From now on, when women get mammograms, they will be notified of their breast density, according to the CDC.
I could do that job.
Well, here's the deal. When I point it out, I get kicked out of the bar.
I could do that job easily.
Right.
I've got plenty of experience around the globe.
I can make them look much bigger. I have small hands. Anyway. Google has developed an AI forecaster in business news this week. Meteorologists say they will still have a job as long as TV needs idiots to stand in the middle of hurricanes. So, yeah.
That's a fact.
Scientists say too much fluoride in the drinking water causes lower IQ to a study released this week. Reason number 9,000 why baby Huey brushes his teeth with Jack Daniels.
Look at this. Boom.
There you go. You got it.
I have no. They're not order. So
that's the end of it. There's the Jack Daniels. Brushing your teeth with Jack Daniels. So you're in the right place there. A 4.7 earthquake centered in Malibu hit this week. The only thing shakier in Southern California, Dave Grohl's marriage. Yeah. Did you see that? He had a baby out of wedlock. No. Foo Fighters guy Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Awkward night at the Grohl house. Just saying. Big Lots filed for bankruptcy this week. So now you know where your local Halloween superstore is going to be located this year, the Spirit Place.
Very true.
Where it'll be. 31% of adults, according to a study released this week, sleep with two pillows. As well as that. Yeah, there you go. As well as that one lucky guy in bed with Sofia Vergara. Just saying.
Amen.
Yeah. The iPhone 16 will feature integrated AI. They say it's finally a smartphone smart enough to warn guys before they send pictures of their junk.
Okay. I'm going off what you're saying because I'm not in order at all. So,
a world traveler named Anne Marie Haggerty this week said she has dated men in 25 countries. She shared that recently with CNN in an interview, and basically that she's kind of a slut. Just saying. GMC heavily advertising its all-new electric Hummer. Speaking of Hummers, Orlando Bloom just told Katy Perry that he cleaned the kitchen. Just saying. See that story this week?
I did not.
That Katy Perry gives Orlando Bloom, shall we say, sexual favors for cleaning the house. Anyway. Scientists say monkeys give each other names. That, according to a study. But everything else they say is some variation of, hey, let's throw our poop.
Some variation.
Maui named the most romantic destination in the world, according to a survey released this week. Yeah, you shouldn't be surprised. I mean, as soon as you get off the airplane, you get laid, right? I mean, it's there. Shailene Woodley will star in a biopic about Janis Joplin. They say she researched the play, how to play a talented superstar who becomes an incoherent, drug-addled mess by dating Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
Macaulay
Oh, okay.
Culkin.
I was like really screwed up for a second. I was like, really?
Macaulay Culkin is going on tour this winter to promote and talk about Home Alone. It's called the Macaulay Talking About Home Alone Tour. Really inventive title, right? And I'm just amazed he found time amid his busy schedule of sitting on the couch talking about Home Alone to go out and do a theater show about talking about, well, you get the idea. Happy Gilmore 2 has started filming. If you're a Happy Gilmore fan, you're an Adam Sandler fan. Adam Sandler invited everyone from the original cast to return, but Bob Barker ghosted him.
Oh, that's harsh.
What? Too soon? You think?
What about Chubbs?
Really? Yeah, that one too. And by the way, they say Adam Sandler had to shed a whole bunch of pounds for the movie, for Happy Gilmore 2. They say now the only things that are weighing him down are David Spade and Rob Schneider.
David Spade's pretty good. I like both of them.
And finally, Goonies, the sequel with the original cast, they say in Hollywood is in the works this week. They'll start shooting as soon as Corey Feldman returns from whatever planet he's been on for the past 30 years. That's kind of the deal. That
Hold on. One more news thing I want to kind of discuss. It's kind of a crazy one. I'm baffled by it. And you might be able to answer this.
Okay.
The pagers. It was,
dude. Here's the deal. We didn't have time to put it together, but I saw that today, and I saw the video of it. Did you see the video?
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
I really thought about, hey, can we get the video and quickly upload it and get it all ready for the show tonight? We're gonna have to do that story next week, but the IDF gave pagers to terrorists.
Yeah,
that had bombs in them, and today they just set them off. You know
how? I mean, the elaborate, like you call on a phone. Like, how big's the bomb? I mean,
well, if you saw the video, it's not gory, so it couldn't have been that big of a bomb. Okay,
there's some pictures out there that are pretty gory. Like 9 or 10 people.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw it like late this afternoon. And
old technology is a killer.
Can you imagine you're like at the Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah, I'd like a mochaccino.
Oh God.
Or you're like, oh, look.
But my biggest question is,
I got a page. It says 80085. Boobs. That'd be great. That would be great.
If they had a digital screen, it should have been a hello. It'd be like, hello.
And here's the deal. The IDF, they got some next level chess players on there. I mean, whoever came up with the idea of, hey, let's get them all pagers, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So
that's impressive.
We'll look into it next week. That is Mensplaining the News tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Beers on tap, and sometimes we drink stuff we're not proud of.
Come on. Oh, look, there's pictures on this one. Thank God.
There you go. Good. Absolutely.
Man.
It only took me like an hour and a half to download all those pictures for Mensplaining the News, but that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, they're on there.
We go to the Evil Knievel beer fridge tonight. There he is, my hero.
That's how I kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. And on Beers on Tap tonight, I am not drinking a beer. I am drinking Slinger's. I just found this in the store. Slinger's Peach Screwdriver. All right.
I brought this all the way from Canada.
It is 8% per volume. What do you got?
I brought this all the way from Canada. It's called a Van Full of Weirdos Juicy IPA. Foolishly good beer from Sonera, Ontario.
All right.
It's
this Go ahead.
It just looks like a bunch of hippies in a van. So we're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah, this is made by Ball Brewing Company.
Ball.
It is 8% per volume. Malt beverage with natural flavors and certified colors. Because you always want those certified colors. Those
This is
uncertified
6.2.
colors, the uncertified colors, not good. Certified colors, there you go. All right. So we got Slingers,
It's
Peach,
true.
Screwdriver. All right, Peak.
I haven't said nothing yet to him.
All right. Listen, we'll get to it. Let me get there. All right.
Oh, this is a beer for you.
Really?
Oh, it's IPA. It's hoppy as crap. Wow.
So you don't like it?
It's Canadian beer, eh?
So you're being a wuss. Is that what you're telling me?
You're drinking a screwdriver, Pete Screwdriver. Shut your mouth.
Hey. I can't have double IPAs every week.
This is like a quadruple IPA. Holy crap. It's like drinking like warm heady topper.
All right, so I gotta admit, I am a screwdriver aficionado, which is normally just orange juice and vodka. And this is a malt beverage, so there is no actual vodka in here. It's not a ready-to-drink cocktail. But this is super easy to drink, and it's really, really good. Slingers Peach Screwdriver. In the big man can. Got it at the Beverage Baron down the street here. 8% per volume.
This gets better as I sip it.
This is good. I like this. You want a rating on this?
Yeah.
I will give this 4 out of 5.
If you're an IPA guy, this does have a juicy, like a fruity flavor, and as I drink it more, but this is definitely probably a good IPA. But for me, I don't like IPAs that much. But I'm gonna give it a
Anyway,
I'll drink whiskey all day.
Right.
3.5 for me. I bet you this would be a beer you probably put at a 4.5 because you like these type of beers.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 4, just because I'll be unbiased because I don't like because the aftertaste as I drink it more, it's not that bad. But the first initial, whoa.
Here's the crazy thing: after about 7 of them, there is no aftertaste.
That's true. Same as whiskey.
I'm just saying. It's kind of the way that it is. Slingers Peach Screwdriver 4, and John's beer, which my screen's not 4. All right, there we go. Yeah. That is beers on tap this week on the Alpha Men Podcast. All right. Darwin's Finest. I can tell you, I don't want to drag the last segment, but this is really good. I would buy this again. I like beer, so I drink beer most of the time, but every once in a while I get in a certain mood. I want something different. This is something I would go for again. So I'm just saying. All right. Darwin's Finest.
Yep. Darwin's Finest. So this first one's a picture of somebody using a tool, a hand tool, which you don't know how to use. You have soft hands, but this if you ever have a beer,
like small hands,
small soft hands, desk hands, as I call them.
I prefer to call them fragile, but okay.
Neither one of us will ever run into the situation because neither one of us can grow a beard like this. But be careful.
Dude, how do you explain that one?
Oh my God, that's gotta hurt. That is just brutal.
The sign now reads, "There have been 0 days since our last incident."
Can you imagine the pull on that? But
yeah,
I saw that. That's a perfect Darwin nominee right there. And this next one's a video. And this, I give props for the guy wearing a helmet. This happens fast, so be ready. But I give props for the guy wearing a helmet. I don't think it's saved him, but here we go. Watch the green. Nope.
Oh my God.
He gets smoked in the face. The helmet does not save him.
When anybody's towing anything, that's why you shouldn't stand there. Shouldn't stand over a battery when there's jumper cables on it either. I'm telling you.
I've seen cables. My dad towing. I've seen cables snap off the flatbeds.
Yep. Yeah.
So those are my Darwin winners for tonight.
There you go.
Ugh.
Darwin moments tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Work a little hairy. Yeah, perfect peak.
TJ's Tales from the Old Couch.
All right. This is going to be hard for me tonight. I'm just telling you right now. On the other side of this camera, there's an old couch that used to be in my living room, and my wife wanted me to send it curbside years ago, but it's comfortable, right? And it's beat. Sure, it doesn't look very nice, but it's comfortable. So I moved it up to the podcast studio, and I like to come up here and sit on it and think. And well, this week I'm thinking about marrying off one of my daughters. She gets married this Saturday in Pennsylvania, and well, I'd like to invite you into a letter that I wrote just for her on her wedding day. Dear Jordan, well, here we are. The day I always knew would come, but honestly, part of me hoped it might be delayed by at least one more road trip. Oh, this is going to be hard. Just you and I, filled with hairband tunes and bad puns, sarcasm on overload, and much to the dismay of the rest of our family, debates on the current issues of the day. And you know how your mom and Emily feel about that. But Jordan, you have always had my back no matter what. Except that time when you were 5 years old and I got pulled over for speeding and the cop asked me, do you know how fast you were going? I'm not kidding you. From the back seat, this little voice screamed, he always speeds and he never wears his seatbelt. With the cop in the window, what the hell do you do with that? The cop started laughing, and quite honestly, her plan worked because he couldn't continue. He gave me a warning. But Jordan, you've grown so much from a little tomboy in a knitted cap with a lion's heart and a quick pun ready to go into this amazing woman that I'm so unabashedly proud of. The one thing that hasn't changed, you still have that same fierce spirit, quick wit, and a love of life that shines through in everything that you do. And you've grown into a woman who is confident and kind and strong. And while you've always danced to your own beat, now you've found someone who loves to dance with you, and that's special. To Andy, I will say this. I don't know if you've realized what you've signed up for, but I do know that you're a lucky man. You've got a woman by your side who's got enough love and loyalty to move mountains, enough humor to keep you laughing through the hard days, and let's be honest, thanks to me, enough stubbornness to win any argument. You will see. That being said, I can't be happier to welcome you to the family. You've proven that you can handle her jokes, love her quirks, and support her in ways that kind of, as a dad, make me proud to pass the baton. But here's a couple of pro tips. Always have a good comeback ready with her. She'll respect you more if you can return fire with a clever line. And keep your seatbelt on because it's going to be a wild and wonderful journey. Now, Jordan, I do have to tell you that watching you grow into a strong, beautiful, loving person that you are today has been the greatest privilege of my life, and of all my accomplishments, guiding and helping you achieve yours is without doubt my proudest. So, as you embark on this new adventure with Andy, who, by the way, has officially taken on the greatest challenge of his life, and that's purely just keeping up with you, I want to remind both of you of a couple of things. Marriage is like a rock concert. It's loud, it's exciting, sometimes a little out of tune, but with the right person, it's always worth staying for the encore. Andy, welcome to the family. I hope you've stocked up on the earplugs because the laughter, the sarcasm, and her puns don't stop just because there's a ring on her finger. And finally, Jordan, never stop being you. Keep rocking out, throwing out the puns so terrible that they're brilliant, and living your life on your terms. Andy's a lucky guy to have found someone who can make him laugh as much as you do. But always remember that love is about partnership. And while every rock star needs a break in between tours, it's those backstage moments, the ones with just the two of you, that make every show worth playing. I'm proud of you both. I can't wait to see what kind of rock and roll love story you write together. And Andy, remember, if the volume ever gets too loud, just turn to her and say, "That's music to my ears." It'll save you every time. Congratulations to you both. Go make your own soundtrack to this next chapter. And if you ever need a backup guitarist, I'm a phone call away. Love you forever, Dad. By the way, Andy, P.S., if you need help with the dad jokes, I've got a lifetime's worth on standby. Just saying. And that's Tales from the Old Couch tonight. I made it through without bawling. I made it through without breaking up. I did
Here's some tissues. Just in case you need some. That
Yeah.
was well said, though. And congratulations, guys. Very proud of both of you. I wish I could be there, but unfortunately, racing and they don't let me do many things. But I'll take care of you guys when I see you in November. If I see you guys in November, hopefully.
Tales from the Old Couch tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards.
We present the case. You deliver the verdict. This is Man Court. All rise. The sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels presiding.
I got to tell you something. This show with the costume changes can be exhausting. All right. I got wrapped up in just what I was doing in Tales from the Old Couch, and you started playing the sponsor, and I'm just sitting here and I'm going, okay, I have a minute. And I'm like, oh crap, it's Man Court.
I was like, you ready? Let's go.
Man Court in session tonight. I am the occasional honorable TJ Michaels, occasionally honorable. And beside me, our ever vigilant bailiff, Baby Huey, who's here to keep order. If you got a problem that needs solving or just want to watch our shenanigans unfold, you can visit one of our social media pages and drop your Man Court dilemma in a DM. So let's dive into tonight's docket. It is number 240917. The case of the drink that makes my husband a dink. Our plaintiff is Rita from Brevard, North Carolina. And is that near you? Brevard?
No, I don't. No, I'd have to look it up.
She writes, TJ and John, I got to be honest, at first I sat in the background just listening to the Alpha Men podcast while my husband Tom crushed Coors Lights and laughed along. And now we watch it together. Ha, see that, dude? Bringing people together. Isn't that awesome? He gets kick out of the show every week, and while I laugh too, I think I watch hoping I will understand this man-child that I have married. LOL. All right. We both particularly love the Man Court segment. TJ, the judge's wig is on point. Thank you. See? Okay. It is a champagne podcast on a light beer budget. I'm just telling you.
Very true.
Let's see. What else did she say? Anyway, last week we were both watching, and we agreed that we have a Man Court case between us. Here goes. My oldest son is 18 and in his first year of college. He's going locally, but still lives at home, which my husband and I love. Now, I know that he drinks when he's out with his friends at parties. I'm not oblivious, but he's never drank in front of me until this past weekend. We had a barbecue, and I saw my son drinking a beer. When I asked him "What in the hell are you doing?" He said, "My husband gave it to him." When I confronted my husband, he told me, he's old enough to have a few drinks when he's not driving and he's staying at home. Now, to my son's credit, he did not get drunk, and I counted 3 beers over a couple of hours. But I thought my husband should have discussed it with me first. And look, I get the optics of this, but I never would have had a drink underage in front of my parents. I don't really want to be a buzzkill, but do you think 18 is old enough for my son to drink in front of me? Signed, Rita from Brevard, North Carolina. So, you can join the freak jury and help us out with this case tonight, wherever you may be watching. Just a comment in the comments section, and your comments will pop up on the screen during our Man Court segment. And, so here's what we got, right? To recap, I think her name should be Margarita, but Rita from Brevard, North Carolina. She's thrown into this classic showdown of family dynamics. Her husband, Tom, decided to let the 18-year-old son drink a few cold ones at a barbecue. Now she's worried, wondering if she's about labeled to be a buzzkill or if Tom's just being a dink. So if we get to some down-home redneck kind of wisdom here, Rita, let's start with...
Should be able to have a couple.
Well, yeah, let's start with the porch talk, okay? When it comes to family gatherings, it's kind of like a good old porch conversation. You don't just go handing out moonshine without asking if it's all right with the missus first. And next time Tom decides to turn your backyard into a bar, he really should check with you first. Okay? Nothing says family unity like a good old, "Hey, hon, is it okay if Junior has a few?" Right? However, you are right. Your son is 18 years old. Whether you say he can or he can't, he's still going to do it. I get that it's a little odd that he's doing it in front of you. Because quite honestly, you know me, I've drank my share, your share, and everybody else's share. But I never drank in front of my parents until I was of age.
I drank before.
Well, I just didn't do it in front of my parents because it was a respect thing for me. You know what I mean?
No,
so
my dad's one of the first person to give me a beer, I think.
I'm sure. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think I do understand her concern that, hey, this wasn't discussed at all. You know what I mean? Next up, in all seriousness, we should look at a 5-beer rule. You know, you got to keep it low key. 3 beers is fine. If your kid looking like he's trying to outdrink Uncle Earl, you might have a problem, right?
I agree.
Keep it casual. Maybe slap a rule on it. Hey, if you're drinking in front of mom, make sure you're drinking like 3 to 5 and you're not drinking like you're at a frat party. Okay. And don't forget the Uncle Bubba clause. You know what that is?
No.
This is where you make sure everyone's on the same page before you let the younger folks join the fun. If Uncle Bubba's going to let the kids drink at the family reunion, well, you better make sure that he's got grandma's blessing first. That's just how it works. And it's all about harmony, right? If that means a little extra chatter about who's having what, then that's really what it means. And lastly, the talk before the rock. Okay. If your husband wants to be the cool dad, he's got to remember have the talk before he lets the kid rock a beer in front of you. All right. Nothing's a happy family. Says happy family like a quick chat before the barbecue. Everyone's good with the plan. You might not want to be a buzzkill, but you sure don't want to be left out of the planning committee either. Okay.
Yeah, no, because the mama's mad. We're all mad.
That's it. Happy wife, happy life. That's what it all boils down to. Yep. So the verdict from Man Court, Tom, be the cool dad with a side of respect. It's pretty easy. Rita, communicate, make sure everyone's on the same page before it all starts. And remember, it's all about keeping it fun, respectful, and it's a family reunion, so just the right amount of crazy. That's Man Court tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
He's pressing him for the top spot.
He is out in the outside groove.
Some debris on the back straightaway. His teammates trying to get by him now as they go to turn 1.
I do more costume changes than Taylor Swift, I think.
You only do one. Calm down.
All right. Well, wait a minute. Well, no, I can't put it on. I was going to put the PBR cowboy hat on, but it doesn't work with the headphones.
Yeah. What you can do is get another one of those and cut holes into it so the headphones go into it.
I do. Jordan got that
Watkins
for me, though. Yeah, NASCAR Cup playoffs Sunday. Go bowling at the Glen, Watkins Glen International. Love that racetrack. Been there many, many, many times, and it's an old racetrack though.
It is. It's still pretty well maintained for the age of it. I'll give it props. I'll tell you, we worked our asses off fixing everything there because of the weather, the frost, and stuff like that.
Sure,
those loops are kind of old, and that was probably the most extensive work we've done to date.
Well, you got to explain to people what a loop is. You can't just say those loops.
So the scoring loop. It goes across the track. It is a transponder car, hits the car. The car sends a signal down to the track. It goes to data, goes to the computers. Computers go to the TV screen. That you see on TV where the car is, how fast it's going, best lap speed, qualifying speeds, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I do for a living.
And John works for NASCAR, and he works in their fiber optics department, which does the scoring.
Time and scoring. Yeah.
There you go. All right. So, yeah.
It was a pretty damn good race. I mean,
I got to be honest with you. I watched the whole thing best, and I've been to my brothers used to have a campsite in the bus stop. Okay, and
true.
And I've been there many, many times. That's the best racing I've seen at Watkins Glen in many, many years.
It was really good.
It was a great race.
I got to finish. Where is it? Oh, yeah, I got to finish of the last lap with SVG and because I thought, what's so at first we had Boucher, SVG, and Carson Hoofcar, and Carson's a rookie, and he was up there.
Yep. Yeah. Hold on to that. Yeah, go ahead. Hold on to that thought one real quick. We'll get there. All right. Second race of the playoffs, 16 drivers competing to advance to the round of 12. Joey Logano wins last week, the opener in Atlanta, to clinch a spot in the next round. Next week, or this coming week, we're at Bristol. That will end the round of 16. So we go into the race this weekend. Ross Chastain on the pole. His future teammate, Shane Van Gisbergen, who is a road course monster.
Hands down, a monster.
I mean, you look back at road course racing over the years, and you would watch teams bring in ringers. Boris Said comes to mind, all right? Shane Van Gisbergen, most of those ringers had a shot to win those road courses, but it was an outside shot. Yep. If Shane Van Gisbergen is in a road course race now, he has every opportunity in the world to win that race. I mean, he's that
got
good.
The eye for it. He's got the eye for it and the foot for it.
Yeah, he is that good. And so we get to Sunday, and you've got Ross Chastain on the pole. You've got Shane Van Gisbergen starting third. You've got something I didn't expect. Juan Pablo Montoya running for 23 XI.
It still looks the same.
and he did not hit a jet dryer. I mean, got through the whole thing, started 34th in the race. But this was a race of attrition. Yes. There were a lot of guys in the points in the playoffs that had problems during this race.
Well, the first lap, it took out three 2-point playoff players.
Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin. You got Blaney. Steering column broke on his Penske Racing 4.
He was so mad. So mad.
You got Brad Keselowski getting into it with William Byron.
Oh yeah, that was a good wreck. You see that?
Yeah. Tyler Reddick and Kyle Busch got into a crash, with 3 laps to go. Kyle Larson crashed out. So, and by the way, Kyle Larson crashed out, but they did announce this weekend he is going to run the double next year.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But if it comes down to it, he's going to the 600.
Yeah. So
I got here's the footage of who is it?
Well, it comes down to Chris Buescher and Shane Van Gisbergen, right?
Well, no, I'm talking about the accident.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It's pretty bizarre.
There it is, the orange and blue car side by side with Logano.
You don't ever see this happen.
Kind of gets into the 6 or vice versa, but either way,
right in the window.
What a hit for the 24.
His wheel gets stuck in the window net.
Crazy.
Here it is, the orange and blue car side by side with.
Then I have. Oops. Oh. Yeah. So Buescher ended up winning the race, but I had the footage of the final lap, and we were all at the end of our seats. I mean, I was watching on the big screen up in the garage, and it was insane.
Well, I mean, Shane Van Gisbergen took the lead in the first overtime in the first corner, and then Buescher got a big run going into the bus stop. Van Gisbergen hits the inside wall just a little, just got loose enough to just tap the inside wall just a hair. And that was enough for Buescher to get to Van Gisbergen's bumper. Turn 5, Buescher drives to the inside of turn 5, bumps Van Gisbergen, and he's able to hold off Van Gisbergen in the final 2 corners to win the race. It was exciting finish.
Here it is. You're here.
Yeah.
Marcus will be back in Australia watching this.
So Shane's in the front, Buescher's in the back, taps him.
Buescher gets on the inside of SVG and says, "You pushed me around earlier. I'm going to give it back." Incredible on this final lap.
I can't believe
Van
it.
Gisbergen's only got one real shot left at it.
He gets squirrely right here, too. He was driving it hard.
Oh, yeah. He wanted that win.
Or has Van Gisbergen got a little payback?
Right there. That's what screwed him.
He loses it almost. He has to gather it up, but he can't do it.
It's over.
Chris Buescher wins at the Glen in the most spectacular style.
And
dude,
I
love the European announcers, man. We need the European announcers all the time. It's just more exciting. It's just all there is to it.
So the playoff standings, we got on the bubble, we got Hamlin, which is weird.
Yep.
This early. Brad, Martin Truex Jr., and Harrison Burton. Those 4
crazy.
on the bubble.
3 of those 4 are veterans.
Yep.
You know, and then you've got Kyle Larson, who's normally near the top.
Yep.
Almost near the bubble, and you've got Chase Elliott. It'll be interesting. The one thing that is evident is you go from a road course, and the road course is generally not in the playoffs. I think it was an excellent move by NASCAR to put Watkins Glen in the playoffs. It makes it compelling. And the next race is also going to be compelling because we're going to the Great Coliseum. We're going to Bristol. And there are no guarantees that you will survive Bristol. It is tight.
I leave for it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So Bristol is just as unpredictable as Watkins Glen. Some of these guys really, really need a good showing in Bristol or it's over. So that's our race recap tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Who needs a foot in the ass? The Alpha Men Podcast presents
My foot into this thing called your ass.
the Red Foreman Awards.
You dumbass.
And here we go, Red Foreman Awards, the only award show dedicated to the fearsome father from that 70s show, the great Red Foreman, who made putting a foot in your ass an art form.
Dumbass.
Our first Red Foreman Award tonight goes to President Joe Biden. Now, you need proof that the multiverse is real. Check out this picture of President Biden. That is not photoshopped. Yeah. That is real, wearing a Trump hat. And no, it's not an AI hit job, okay? It really happened. Biden was at a fire station in Shanksville, Pennsylvania on 9/11, and he gave a Trump supporter a presidential seal hat, his hat, to wear. So the guy gave Biden his Trump hat, and he put it on as a show of unity, which
it's possible.
Trump is an existential threat to democracy that must be stopped at all costs, proves he doesn't even believe that if you're willing to put Trump's hat on and laugh about it. Come on, dude. All right? Yeah. So that's kind of the deal. Next up, our next Red Foreman Award, and the envelope, please, goes to a 46-year-old guy named Sean Johnson of Beloit, Wisconsin. It's right on the Illinois border. And, he stole a pickup truck And the reason he stole the pickup truck specifically is why it's in the news. He told police he was on drugs, and he just tried to try the door, right? Because he saw a bag of Fritos sitting out on the seat.
I've been there.
Truck was open, keys were in it, Fritos were on the front seat. It's just asking for it, right? So we took off. He says to eat the bag of Fritos. Although police say he used the truck to drive to a church where he broke into several other vehicles and stole someone's wallet with $400 inside. He used a credit card to buy stuff at Walgreens, Family Dollar, and a McDonald's, and he admitted to everything once police showed him security footage of various cameras that got him on video. Yeah, he is a Red Foreman Award winner this week. Congratulations.
So he gets the old
dumbass.
That's it. Next up, 47-year-old gas station convenience store clerk in Las Vegas, Nevada, named Myron Bully. He was arrested after allegedly beating a man with a baseball bat for, what do you think? Want to guess?
Money? A cell phone?
Taking too much nacho cheese.
I can't see the picture. Oh.
The person who called 911 said he saw the victim on the ground while pumping gas. And Bully told police that the victim took too much cheese from the nacho cheese machine in the convenience store, so he told him to leave. The victim left and returned a few minutes later. He insisted on getting his nachos. That's when Bully pushed him out, hit him in the head with a baseball bat. Unfortunately, the victim is in rough shape. His injuries are considering life-threatening, so now Bully is charged with suspicion of attempted murder and battery with a deadly weapon over nacho cheese.
Well, both cases I understand. Trust me right now.
Hey, man, that is nacho cheese. Sorry.
You calm down.
Our next word, Robert Fritz, as a 45-year-old guy from near Detroit, he's facing charges after rigging his car with a fake bomb to keep the repo guy away.
Well,
police in Harrison Township, Michigan say he knew he was about to get his car repossessed, so he made it look like it would explode if anyone moved it. He bought a propane tank, put it in the passenger seat with wires running from it, from the regulator into the car's center console, strapped a second tank to his driver's side wheel with copper wiring, and ran it underneath the car. And then, just to make sure there was no confusion, he also put a cardboard sign in the windshield that said, "Don't move car. It will blow up."
He's not a dumbass. I mean, I give him credit for the ingenuity on that.
One of the guy's neighbors said he saw him rigging everything up on Monday night of last week, and told the guy, and that the guy told him he was rigging it to blow. So one of the neighbors on Tuesday called cops. The bomb squad showed up. They evacuated the whole neighborhood for about 90 minutes. It turned out it wasn't really a working bomb. Despite
dumbass.
ended up being taken away and repossessed, and well, he's facing a felony charge for representing or presenting a device as an explosive. They say he could get up to 5 years in prison. And that is the Red Foreman Awards tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast. I don't remember how this segment works.
It's just asking you questions.
Okay, all right.
Remember the presidents, the Eagles, the Kiss Band. It's stuff that you generally know.
Okay, all right.
So, usually you kind of fail here.
Is this about radio?
Ooh, right off the bat, he knows.
Look, I'm seeing the picture. You know,
I could tell if that was a radio or not, but I picked the ugliest thing I could find. All right. So, You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions because I ran out of questions for radio.
Alrighty.
So let's see how smart you are.
People don't know. I spent 35 years doing FM radio and programming rock stations and top 40 stations and doing stupid bits and skits and
look how young you look.
I know. It treated me well.
You have a face for radio, buddy. So
I've told people that my whole life.
We could tell.
Yeah.
All right. So the first question I got for you: who is known as
holy crap? Where did you get that picture from?
Oh, there's more,
dude. That picture is like. Do you know how old that picture is?
It's the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's got to be like
that's a Frank FM
2003 to 2000.
That's when I first met you.
That's 2004. That picture's 20 years old.
So I met you before then. That. So who's known as the inventor of the radio?
Marconi.
Marconi is correct. I'll have to give you multiple choice. All right. Hold on. What's that little?
There you go.
What year was the radio patent for and was called the wireless telegraph originally? I'll give you choices. 1895, 1896, or 1897. It's a crucial year.
That's not.
Well, that's how they laid it out. So,
I'm gonna go 1895.
96, 95. He came up with the transducer to make it.
Yep.
To make the sound to go through to the next thing.
Yep.
But he couldn't figure out the speaker part of it, which he developed in late 1895.
Always pick the one in the middle.
Yep. 1896. He got it done, finalized for the patent. So
it's like bar rules. Always hit the one in the middle. Always pick the one in the middle. Yeah. Go ahead.
What city had the first radio station?
KDKA Pittsburgh.
Damn, you got it right. That's the station too. Yeah, nice. What was the first sports broadcast on the radio? You got the Chicago White Sox versus the Boston Braves. Now listen to these names because they're old.
Yeah.
The Boston Red Sox versus Detroit Tigers, or the New York Giants versus the New York Yankees. The first broadcast sports.
I'm going to go Boston Braves.
Wrong. It was the Giants versus the Yankees in the World Series.
I should have known that.
And the Yankees took the win.
Should have known that.
No, not bad, though. All right, 2 more to go. Pretty easy for you. What year did the FM radio first debut? Holy crap. Why is that word stuck in my head?
Debut.
There you go. 1927.
Taylor Swift.
Ding, 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 ding. Or 1939. FM radio. It was
what year did it debut?
Yeah, what year did it debut?
Okay. So FM radio debuted long before it became popular. Okay. So FM radio really didn't start taking off until the early to mid 70s, and then it didn't really become mainstream until the early 80s. There were a lot of AM stations. The big stations during that time, the 70s and in early to mid 80s, were the big stations were the AM stations. All right. So what year did it debut? Give me the choices again.
1927, 1933, or 1939.
1933 is Prohibition.
But you're right on the right track with about the FM, AM. AM was more popular. But people were using FM without a license and get in trouble.
I'm going to say 1933.
You're right. They used that in 1933 for during the Prohibition, the radio, like a ham radio almost, and used to communicate where speakeasies were.
Jesus, what is that picture? Where did you get that picture from? Get that off the screen, will you please?
How about this one?
Holy cow.
Same one again. But I like this better.
Go to a different. I'm getting Addams Family vibes from that picture.
So now the final question: What decade did AM FM become standard in cars? 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, or 1980s. I'll give you 4 on that one.
1980s.
1970s.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. 1971 to be exact.
All right. Well, FM okay. So it took time for people to get used to using FM. Nowadays, there are AM radios in cars that never get flipped onto the AM band because people.
It's the older generation now.
Yeah. So,
but that's the only question I had for radio. Yep.
All right. Cool. That is know your shit stuff. Yeah. Tonight.
We don't swear enough on the show.
On the Alpha Men podcast.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards.
The Alpha Men on Sports, a segment we call Your Team Sucks.
Truth in advertising, your team sucks tonight. We get going right away. The cop who pulled over Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill for reckless driving, then handcuffed him and placed him face down on the street, has been placed on leave. He has also been given a contract offer by the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys, who are desperate to find anyone who knows how to stop a wide receiver. Just saying. Travis Kelce says his pregame meal is French toast. Well, technically, it's Taylor Swift's pregame meal, but she just glares at him until he eats it. That's how it works. Patrick Mahomes says he will not endorse anyone in the presidential election this week.
I just saw the picture of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, there you go. But he did say no matter who wins, he thinks Jake from State Farm would make an excellent Secretary of State. Oh, God. Rob Gronkowski speaking out this week on Tom Brady, saying he's in his best shape ever, but did not compliment Brady's six-pack because Gronk can't count that high.
Poor Gronk.
Former NFL star Shannon Sharp accidentally this week, did you see this story? Broadcast audio of himself having sex with a woman on Instagram Live.
Oh, no.
On his podcast.
Well, next time I see him on my flights, I'll, because he either has a house or family here, because he's often on our flight out of Greensboro to Atlanta.
Yeah. Now we know a little too much about what happens when a tight end finds a wide receiver. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
By the way, Denver fans finally got to hear a Bronco score, so yeah, it's not all bad. Farmer in Indiana has made a Caitlin Clark corn maze this week. There you see it. But all the veterans in the WNBA say it's an overrated corn maze that doesn't deserve nearly as much attention as their corn mazes until it proves itself. Just saying.
Wow. That was harsh.
The NCAA football top 25 rankings out this week. Over the weekend, 2 top 25 teams took losses. It wasn't much of a shock, though, since they were beaten by teams that were ranked higher than them. 14, Kansas State took down number 20, Arizona, 31-7. Number 6, Missouri got by 24. Boston College, 27-21. But in college football this weekend, we had a major upset averted. Number 1, Georgia found a way to get past unranked Kentucky, who had really managed to keep the Bulldogs in check for the entire game. When you consider Georgia only won this game by a score of 13-12,
yeah,
it's pretty incredible. So
Notre Dame squashed.
Yeah. The updated AP Top 25 shows Texas leaping over Georgia for the number 1 spot, followed by Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, and Ole Miss. And that's college football wrap. California Panthers benching Bryce Young. Veteran Andy Dalton. Panthers. Yeah, is there still a team there? Are they still playing every week?
You said California Panthers.
No, I said Carolina Panthers.
I swear you said California.
But you need to get.
Might as well be in California. They're all liberals, anyways.
Yeah. Carolina Panthers are benching Bryce Young veteran Andy Dalton, former backup for the Dallas Cowboys. Gonna start at quarterback in Young's place for the Panthers week 3 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Young, who was selected by the Panthers in the 2023 NFL Draft as the number 1 overall pick, has struggled through the first 2 games. I think that's an understatement. Underwhelming rookie year going so far. 31 of 56 passes, 55.4% passer completion ratings, only 245 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So now you know why Andy Dalton is in the game. And, well,
I can turn around for them because they've been there. They need it.
Dude, Carolina might as well fold it up for the year already. I'm just saying.
They're like the Chicago White Sox.
They really are. That brings us to NFL picks this week.
Hold on, I got to switch.
I'm excited about this.
There you go.
Picks. Yeah, go ahead.
Number 11. He couldn't join us tonight, so I incorporated him in the picture for us.
Oh, you put him there?
Yeah.
As he's at Mets Stadium or at the where the Mets play.
Yeah.
He went to see the Mets tonight. He's a loser.
So,
I mean, priorities. You can be on this show or you can go see the Mets. What would you choose? I ask you, what would you choose? It's so hard to find good help these days.
I do it from the road.
I know. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
So I have everybody's picks here, but we're going to discuss last week's winner because TJ take it to the bank. Take
it to the bank, TJ. Whoa, what?
You didn't do so hot last week.
Yeah, I was drinking during when I made my picks last week.
So Peak took the win last week by 2.
I think everybody was drinking if Peak won.
But we picked a lot. All of us picked the second half, the late game, or the second half stuff. Oh yeah, Peaks. If it wasn't for Peak, we would all be screwed because he got 3. The rest of us got 1.
Oh, really?
So
that was a weird week in the NFL. A lot of teams that were supposed to win didn't win, and well, that's really all I'd like to say about that. Can we move on, please?
How about those Eagles?
Shut up.
So yeah.
No. Wait a minute. No, since you brought it up, here's the deal.
I could cry.
No, don't cry. Eagles cry me bullshit.
You're sensitive as hell.
You know what? Here's the deal.
They had the game all season.
They had the game locked up. All they had to do was get a first down, and they blew it. They threw a pass, the easiest pass in the world to catch. It was right on target. Saquon dropped it. Look, it happens. And you know what? In the first quarter, instead of kicking a guaranteed field goal, they went for it on 4th down, and they didn't convert. And, you know, it is what it is. We lost. Here's the deal. We were in the game, and we had the game won. Very different scenario than the Dallas Cowboys, who got tromped 41-9.
So everybody,
1940.
He blows up my my Facebook Messenger for weeks and weeks, and I sit there and take it. And I sit quietly. Tell you wait till the Eagles lose.
You do not.
I will show our complete messages.
Yeah, today, this particular week. Yeah.
Every time you lose, I blow you up, but I wait. I sit there and take the licks.
Yeah.
When my Cowboys lose.
There's a difference between losing a
loss is a loss.
No. There is a difference between losing a 1-possession score game and getting blown out 41-19.
Wrong button.
I'm just saying.
I got to hold on.
By the way, your $70 million interception machine threw 2. Okay. He's no longer a $40 million interception machine. He's a $70 million interception machine now.
Oh, the interception machine that cost you to eat spam in the last season.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
All right. So picks. You go tell me your picks. I'll tell everybody else's.
Here we go. Thursday Night Football, New England Patriots at the New York Jets. Take it to the bank. TJ says it's early. I think a lot of people are surprised at the Patriots. They've started off a lot better than people thought. Think it's going to definitely be a rebuilding season, but Gerard Mayo has this team playing, and I think they have some more wins, but they are not going to be able to hang with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Jets 24, Patriots 16.
We all took the Jets.
New York Giants at the Cleveland Browns. Browns are 0-1 at home, but went 8-1 last season. It is very, very hard to win in the House of Pain in Cleveland, as Daniel Jones and the Giants are going to find out this week. Browns beat the Giants 31-14.
You all took Giants. You all took the Browns. I took the Giants backwards.
You're wrong about that. Chicago Bears at the Indianapolis Colts. But that's okay. Every once in a while, you got to do an underdog pick. You got to.
Colts.
What's that?
Your pitchers are in the wrong order.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Bears, Colts. 2 young quarterbacks in this game. I think I trust Caleb Williams more than I trust Anthony Richardson, and for that reason, it'll be Bears 27, Colts 17.
You, Peak, and Sellers took the Bears, and number 11, I took the Colts.
Yeah, you guys are wrong about that. Houston Texans at the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. Sam Darnold. Been all right in Minnesota. Not a bad season going so far.
Yeah.
Minnesota's defense going to make a big play late in this game. It is going to be almost a one-possession game. Vikings 28, Texans 20.
We all took Texans. You took Vikings.
It's my underdog pick. There you go. Philadelphia Eagles at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, not slouches. I don't think anybody looked at the Saints going into the season and thought the Saints are going to be contenders. And here we are. Wins over the Panthers and the Cowboys. The Eagles with a tough, close loss. I think the Eagles slow down Alvin Kamara and the Saints office. Eagles 30, Saints 20.
You and Sellers took the Eagles. The rest of us took the Saints.
I also think part of this Eagles win coming back is to avenge what happened this past week. I really do.
Sure.
I think they're Los Angeles Chargers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is going to be a defensive struggle. Both teams have allowed the fewest points in the NFL this season. I think the Steelers prevail, though. Steelers 19, Chargers 16.
You and Sellers took the Steelers, and the rest of us took Chargers.
Denver Broncos at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Buccaneers defense faced Jaden Daniels week 1. Now gets to face Bo Nix in week 3. That is bad news for the Broncos. Buccaneers 27, Broncos 13.
We all took the Bucks.
Oh. Green Bay Packers at the Tennessee Titans. Well, here's the deal. Titans did some very good things in their week 2 loss to the Jets. They lost, but I think the Titans break through with a win over the Packers, and I know others probably are not going to make that pick. I think they're going to feed Calvin Ridley. Titans 20, Packers 17. It will be close, but the Titans will win.
You and Sellers both took Titans, and we all took the Packers.
There you go. Late games on Sunday, Carolina Panthers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, boy. Panthers have scored 13 points in 2 games. They've allowed 73. It's going to be a long year in Carolina. I don't care who's at quarterback. Raiders beat the Panthers 24-10.
We all took the Raiders.
Miami Dolphins at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks stay unbeaten. Tua Tagovailoa's health situation makes it hard for Miami. Seahawks 24, Dolphins 17.
Everybody took the Seahawks except for me. I took the Dolphins.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
No. I realize this now, but I picked this stuff last week.
Yeah. Well,
because if I don't, I forget.
Detroit Lions at the Arizona Cardinals. This, my friends, is probably the toughest game of the week to call this week. The Cardinals played the Bills tough in week 1. They destroyed the Rams in week 2. And they can win at home against the Lions, especially if Kyler Murray plays like he did last week. Cardinals 27, Lions 24. And it pains me to say that because I think this Lions team is special. But I think the Cardinals get them this week. 27-24 Cards.
You, number 11, and Peak took the Cards, and Sellers and I took the Lions.
Yeah, that was a hard pick. That's a hard game to pick. That one really is. Baltimore Ravens at the Dallas Cowboys. This one was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is easy. And it's not just because I hate the Dallas Cowboys. Hate the Dallas Cowboys. That's not
I hate
why.
you during football season.
Okay. Not why this game is easy to pick. No one has seen an 0-2 start for Baltimore. No one. No one saw that coming. I didn't. I also didn't see. I also don't see Lamar Jackson and company falling to 0-3 either. And I expect that it's now or never for the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to come back and win this. Does that mean the end of the Cowboy season? No, it doesn't. But
I just see that. You wrote that, didn't you?
What's that?
Are done. I was like, what the hell's on the side of a thing?
Ravens 30, Cowboys 24. That's my prediction.
You and Sellers took Ravens. The rest of us took the Cowboys.
San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams. Both these teams are coming off disappointing losses. Both of them need a win. 49ers are out without Christian McCaffrey. But they were competitive. They were at least competitive even without Christian McCaffrey. So I'm going to go 49ers 27, Rams 16.
We all took the 49ers.
Sunday Night Football. How about those Chiefs? Kansas City Chiefs and Atlanta Falcons. Here's the deal. Travis Kelce, I don't know if you know this or not. He's
with Taylor Swift.
Yes, but he also has... God, all you do is talk about Taylor Swift.
Screw you.
He has 4 catches for 39 yards this season. That's it.
Wow.
That's it. We're going on, week 3, 4 catches, 39 yards. They're paying him well past that effort. Kelce and the Chiefs still, though, are 2-0. I think he gets going Sunday night. I think he finds his rhythm Sunday night. Chiefs 24, Falcons 20.
We picked all Chiefs.
Monday Night Football, Jacksonville Jags at the Buffalo Bills. Look, the Bills look like another AFC contender. They're not going to have any problem with the Jags. That is a team that's really kind of averaging 15 points a game. Bills 30, Jaguars 16. And then, go ahead. Everybody pick the Bills?
Yeah. I had to find it. We did. We all picked Bills.
All right. Washington Commanders at the Cincinnati Bengals. 2 games on Monday night. Bengals really can't afford to fall to 0-3. They did show signs of life this past week in a close week 2 loss to the Chiefs. I don't think they'll go 0-3, so I'm picking Bengals over the Commanders 27-20. 1-score game.
We all took Bengals, and I picked 24-21. Number 11 picked 27-19.
Go ahead.
Peak picked 27-14, and Sellers took 31-23. A little high score on that one.
Can we rename the segment to Take It to the Bank, TJ's Pigskin Picks? And
not after your loss last week.
And a bunch of other losers who don't know what they're talking about. Can we do that?
No, sorry.
Okay. All right.
But that's it for football.
That's Pigskin Picks. And, enjoy your football weekend this weekend on the Alpha Men Podcast.
The Alpha Men Podcast salutes Hidden Heroes.
Our hidden hero this week isn't exactly hidden.
No.
Okay. In fact, in the old days, we used to do a thing called Man of the Week. I would suggest that he's more of a Man of the Week than a hidden hero because he's anything but hidden. And his name is John Bon Jovi. We have the video. He was filming a video on a bridge in Nashville this week when all of a sudden he looked over and there was a woman who had crossed the bars on the bridge and was on the other side of them and was contemplating suicide. She was in despair, standing on a ledge. John went over to her and was able to convince her not to jump. He also pulled her off the ledge. And in case you didn't know, he has experience speaking with individuals who are going through crisis from hunger to homelessness through his JBJ Soul Foundation. So it is really cool. Do we have the video?
Yeah, that's coming up.
This was the moment rock legend John Bon Jovi was seen talking a woman off the ledge of a bridge. The Bon Jovi frontman was in Nashville, Tennessee, shooting what appeared to be a music video on the bridge when the moment was captured. Here you can see a woman holding onto the railing while standing on the ledge. As others pass by, the iconic 80s rock star walks nearer to her, waves hello, and leans on the railing. After about a minute, John Bon Jovi then gets closer to the woman, and with the help of another woman from his team, they get her back to safer ground. The pair then hug it out and leave the bridge together. Police who released the footage thanked the singer, saying it takes all of us to help keep each other safe.
Yeah, as you know, I'm a big suicide prevention.
Yeah, thanks to the BBC for that clip. I didn't realize that there was audio on that, to be honest with you. So. Yeah, no, a touching moment. I just, and I'm not making light of the situation. I really am.
These
not,
shirts say a lot. There's 3 words.
Yeah.
Stay another day. I'm wearing one right now, actually.
Absolutely.
Sad it's called, but yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
Suicide is very important to me.
It is, and the chief of the Metro Nashville Police Department says, really a shout out to John and his team for helping the woman on the SIG, I'm not going to be able to say it, pedestrian bridge, whatever the name of it is. But nonetheless, and I'm not making light of it because it is a serious issue, but it got me thinking, my wife thinks that John Bon Jovi is like the hottest man on the planet. You know what I mean? And like my wife is married to me, so she certainly has thought about jumping off a bridge. If John Bon Jovi would have walked up to my wife, she would have been like, "Take me home." I mean, it would have been over in seconds. But no, in all seriousness, kudos to him. And great job done. And that is why John Bon Jovi this week is our not so hidden hero man of the week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Last call. It's closing time.
All right.
This one, maybe I was uploading this, kind of scanning as I was uploading. I'm like, what the hell? This doesn't make no sense.
The health department in Queensland, Australia, put out a alert this week, letting people know it is okay to poop at work. Apparently, something that many people struggle with or do their best to avoid.
Not me.
And they even had fun with it, getting in on the Symphony Dolphin meme. I don't know if you've ever, right there it is. Yeah. Where you post a whimsical image of a dolphin in rainbows with non-inspirational message. The 2017 song Symphony by Clean Bandit. There you have it. But the post said, it's okay to poo at work, adding lots of people find it difficult, even though it's nothing to be embarrassed about. They said it's important for people to hear because consistently ignoring your colon and need to go can lead to serious issues like hemorrhoids, internal blockages. So it's better to let it get out than hold it in. They dropped the term poo paranoia and have listed 4 things that might help people who suffer from it. So, John, if you have poo paranoia,
I do not.
They say, remember that everyone poops. Wait a minute, let me do this in my narration voice. remember that everyone poops. They say, try visualizing someone famous on the toilet, like Taylor Swift. Jesus, all you do is talk about Taylor Swift. Anyway,
who are you talking to?
I'm sure Taylor's excited about the advice. Number 2, bring a small fragrance spray in the toilet with you. They offer that advice. All right. That was a great scene from Dumb and Dumber, by the way.
It was.
That is like one of the best scenes of the entire movie. Number 3, avoid food or drinks that might trigger your bowels. Wait a minute. Didn't you just say be loud and proud about it? I'm just asking. Number 4, breathe deeply or do short meditation exercises. Perfect. Some deep breathing right after one of your coworkers followed this advice. Yeah. That's kind of the deal. But, listen, I'm an advertising guy. I wrote advertising campaigns and commercials and imaged radio stations and done it. So I thought, what the health department needs is a really good slogan, right? So I came up with these. These are slogans for the Poop at Work campaign, all right? Ready?
Yep.
Take it from your dog. No one cares where you drop a log.
What the hell? Was not ready for that. That's a winner right there.
If your butt feels a tapping, hit the toilet for a crapping.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a 5.
Keep your colon pink, even if you make a stink.
What
See,
the hell?
I think these are good.
Did you write this on the toilet?
I did. The key to staying loose is to never skip a deuce.
We need bumper stickers.
How about this one? Don't be an oaf. Leave your desk to pinch a loaf.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
How about be kind to your rump. Always take a dump.
Facts. I'm so cutting this episode.
And the last one, which is, I think I'm most proud of this one. The world can be a lot. Take a break. Pop a squat.
I think the dog one or the computer one, the desk one, is my two favorites.
Just the things that go on in my head and thinking, hey, listen, health officials in Australia, those are free. You're welcome. All right. That is going to do it for episode 6 of the Alphabet Podcast. We hope you had a great time. We will hopefully listen. I'm going to try and write and do some things from the road, and while I'm transferring back and forth between Vermont and Pennsylvania.
I don't want to hear excuses.
I will tell you, October 8th, which is a Tuesday night, I will be on a plane on my way to Orlando, Florida. So we got to figure that out. But we are going to try and make this happen next Tuesday night. We will make it happen. John may do his first solo show.
Actually, October 8th actually works out well because it's Connor's second game, and I'm not going to miss it. It's at 6. I don't know if we'll be back by 8.
Yeah.
So I don't get to watch most of his games because I'm on the road.
The wifey's company has a conference in Orlando, Florida, October 8th through the 11th, and during the day they have like conference things they do, but at night they do like team building things with them and all this other stuff. And the company has said, hey, why don't you bring your spouses along?
Well, Michelle, I'm available that week.
Right. Yeah, I get it. So there's something that hit me that went, well, she's going to be at work during the day, and I could like lounge by the pool and be by myself all day while she's working and then do fun stuff at night for a couple of days. Yeah, I'm into that. I'll do that, because we haven't done anything this summer. We've gone nowhere, done nothing. And so I just need to change the scenery in a couple of days to recharge. And so we're going to do that. But I am going to try and work on next week's Alpha Men podcast while I'm driving back and forth to Pennsylvania. So
Pete says, boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
There you go, Peak. Genius. Great comment. Listen, We hope you had fun. We'll see you next Tuesday night. Keep your foot in the gas.
See you guys.
And that's a wrap. We hope you've had as much fun as we've had here at the Alpha Men Podcast. Remember, our advice might not solve your problems, but it surely will make them funnier. Before we bid you adieu, a big ol' thanks to our loyal pack of Alpha viewers. You all are the real MVPs, keeping us company on a roller coaster of a podcast ride. And thanks
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook.
and Garage Door Commander. Join us live Tuesday nights at 8. Visit alphamenpodcast.com and the Alpha Man store. Until next time, keep your feet in the gas. It's a checkers or wreckers world.
Put up or shut up.